Good morning, MegaPodlings. Krazy Joe here, and we are on the way to Walmart. And I will tell you why. Unlike my friends, Cinema Sickness and Down to Movie, love those guys, but unlike them, I am not so much a purist for physical media. I love physical media, but I also love digital media. I love it a lot. I think it is extremely convenient. I love the fact that I have the option to watch thousands of movies from anywhere. I could watch them at home on my Roku, my Blu-Ray player. I could be in any room of the house. I could be upstairs. I could be downstairs. We could say, let's watch a movie, and I don't have to run all the way down to the basement and find the disc. It's like, pop it up here on the Roku. I love the fact that I could do that. I think it's very convenient. I love the fact that I can watch things if I'm on a trip, if I'm on an airplane, if I am on a break at work even. Like sometimes on my lunch break, I'll watch something. I find it extremely convenient. And to me, the digital has actually become more important than the physical, because I think it is actually more versatile in what I can do with it, in where I can watch it. And when you don't have a huge library like Cinema Sickness has, and I am envious of his library, I won't deny, but I don't have that kind of space. And when you don't have that kind of space, the digital really allows you to have a large library of movies without worrying, where am I going to put these? I got no space for them. So it's extremely convenient. It's extremely convenient. So the way I do things, and I've said this before on this channel, the way I like to do things is I like to buy physical copies of movies that I really love and that I know I'm going to watch over and over and over again, and that I always want constant access to without worry of, well, what if the internet goes down, something like that. That is your Back to the Future trilogy. The movies of my childhood, the Back to the Future trilogy, Indiana Jones, E.T., the Star Wars movies, the Star Trek movies, and more recently the Marvel comics and DC movies. The things that are just like what I consider as a nerdy gent, the essentials I want in physical media. However, there's a lot of movies that I don't really feel a need to own a physical copy of, because I know I'm probably not going to rewatch them that often. A perfect example is the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix. It was a perfectly fine movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I watched it one time. I may watch it again. I'll probably watch it again at some point, but I haven't said to myself in the time since I watched it the first time, hey, I need to watch that again. So having a physical copy sitting on my shelf really isn't necessary. Now, the argument that is sometimes made, and I know my good friend Cinema Sickness has made this argument, is that when something is in the cloud or you own it digitally, you don't actually have it, and the studios can take it away from you at their whim. This is not false, but I don't really think it's a concern. For one thing, it is in the studio's best interest for digital to take off. It's in their best interest because there's less overhead. They don't have to actually manufacture anything. So if you don't have to manufacture anything, it cuts your costs down. They're charging just about the same amount for the movies. So it's really in their best interest that digital becomes a thing and that people embrace that, because there's less costs on their end. And as soon as you start taking movies out of people's library, there's going to be backlash and people aren't going to trust the digital format anymore. And I don't think the studios want that. So I really don't foresee it happening. Now, I do know when the 2015 Fantastic Four movie was being marketed, Fox made the older films unavailable for purchase anymore because they didn't want brand confusion. They stopped selling the older ones. However, if you already owned digital copies of the older ones, you still had access to them. And it's been that way consistently. Vudu is my service of choice. I like Vudu. They're still in your library. They're just not for sale anymore. That's the way it has been so far. Why am I talking about digital media on a trip to Walmart today? I will tell you why. Like I said, the digital has kind of become more important than the physical to me recently. And I really only buy the physical media for movies that I know I'm going to watch over and over and over again. Please forgive the camera tilting from side to side. It is resting on the steering wheel, and I am driving and steering. So that's why I'm not looking at you unless I'm at a red light, because I'm watching the road. Safety first, accidents a close second. So where was I going with this? Yes. So the digital media is very important to me, but the physical is also important for certain movies. If it's a movie I love, I know I'm going to watch over and over, I want the physical. Well, the documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor, about Mr. Rogers is out on Blu-ray today. And it does not come with a digital copy code. This is a movie I would like to own on physical media, but I also want the digital. And I'm a little bit annoyed that they're not including a digital copy code with this movie. So this means you can buy the Blu-ray or you could buy the digital. You're not getting them both together. And if you're like me and would like to own them both, they're basically going to try to make you buy the movie twice. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they're not including a digital copy code. I think it's pretty cheap on the part of Universal Studios, because it's almost become an industry standard these days that you put in a digital copy code, at least with the major studios. I mean, most Universal releases have a digital copy code in them. This is a little odd that they're not doing this for Won't You Be My Neighbor. So I'm aggravated with that, but I'm on my way to Walmart because there's an alternative. Walmart has a service called InstaWatch. If you're not familiar with InstaWatch, what it is there's an app on your phone called Walmart Savings Catcher. And if you have a Vudu account, Vudu is owned by Walmart, if you have a Vudu account and you buy a movie at Walmart and then scan your receipt, if the movie is encoded for InstaWatch, you will get a digital copy of that movie right into your Vudu account immediately. So my hope is that Won't You Be My Neighbor is encoded for InstaWatch, because if it is, I will buy the disc and then have the digital copy without need of a code. I don't know, however, that it is encoded for InstaWatch. We are going to find out right now. And I'm encountering one of my pet peeves. It is release date, and they don't have any of the new releases out. They're checking the back for me. These should be out by now. It's release date. This is a 24-hour Walmart. They should have been out at midnight. If I came in here at midnight, I should have been able to grab one, because it's release date. I used to work in a video store. We always had the new releases out before we shut down the store the night before. I mean, we shut down so people couldn't buy them, but we didn't leave the store until new releases were out. So when we opened the doors on Tuesday morning, they were on the shelves. This is a recurring motif when you come to Walmart, and it's a pet peeve of mine. And this was a colossal waste of time. They did not get the Blu-ray in, only the regular DVD. Good job, Walmart. So I ended up buying the DVD. You know, it's a little complicated. You gotta stick with me here, especially if you're unfamiliar with InstaWatch. If you've never heard of Walmart InstaWatch, let me explain. It doesn't always work. It's a glitchy system. The way it's supposed to work, if a movie is InstaWatch enabled, you're supposed to either buy it on Walmart.com, and as soon as you place the order on Walmart.com, digital copy is in your Vudu account. Or you go into a store, buy a disc, scan the receipt in the Savings Catcher app, digital copy is in your account. It's the way it's supposed to work. It does not always work great. So, more often than not, the glitches happen on Walmart.com. That is where the bulk of the glitches happen. And very often you will make a purchase on Walmart.com and you'll say, do I have my digital copy? And you do not. If you go into the store, if you scan your receipt, it works much more often. So, I bought the movie, Won't You Be My Neighbor, on Walmart.com, pre-ordered it. I did not get the digital copy. This is not unusual, because sometimes they won't turn the the InstaWatch enabling on right away. And I don't know how that happens. I don't know who turns it on, how it gets turned on. I picture someone flipping a switch that says InstaWatch and now suddenly it's going to work. That's probably not how it happens. That's what I picture in my head. Someone hasn't flipped the InstaWatch switch. If you make a purchase on Walmart.com before they flip the InstaWatch switch, you're not going to get the InstaWatch. And if they flip the InstaWatch switch after you've already made your purchase, you're still not going to get the InstaWatch. You have to make your purchase after they have enabled it. So, I bought the movie on Walmart.com, did not InstaWatch. Like I said, there's no slip inside. If you, like me, want the physical and the digital, InstaWatch is your only avenue short of paying for the movie twice. I do not want to pay for the movie twice. Therefore, the InstaWatch is crucial to getting both of those elements. And it's only available at Walmart. You can't do it anywhere else. So, everything depends on me being able to buy this movie from Walmart. So as you saw, I went in the store. They did not have the Blu-ray. I checked Walmart.com. The Blu-ray is no longer in stock on Walmart.com. Now, like I said, I ordered one. One is coming to me. I will have it in tomorrow's mail, I think. But I can't buy it in the store. And if I can't buy it in the store, I can't scan my receipt. I can't get the InstaWatch copy. So I start thinking to myself, do I really need Won't You Be My Neighbor in HD? It is a documentary that uses archival footage from a 50-year-old television show that was not shot in HD. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was not shot in HD. So all this archival footage of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was, there's only so good it can look. It was not shot in HD. So maybe SD is good enough. Now, the interviews, the people talking about Mr. Rogers, the people sitting in a chair looking at the camera going, I think Fred Rogers was a wonderful guy. Those were all shot recently. They would be in HD. But, I mean, how sharp does a guy sitting in a chair have to look? Maybe SD for the digital copy is good enough. So I bought the DVD, got the SD digital copy. It worked. I got that SD digital copy. But I'm still a little bugged because I want it in HD. I know it's stupid. I know it doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, when I say it's a 50-year-old show, it's archival footage, it wasn't shot in HD, it's very logical. The SD should be good enough. But still, it irks me that there's an HD copy and I can't get it. Short of paying another 15 bucks, which, since the Blu-ray cost about 20 bucks, to buy that on top, we're talking 35 bucks for the movie then, and that doesn't seem worth it. So I could be content with what I have, because I'm able to sell the DVD that I bought on eBay at full price what I paid for it, because it is still sealed. I'll lose nothing. I won't lose a cent. And I got that SD digital copy, and the HD Blu-ray is coming to my house tomorrow. And that should be good enough for me. It should be. But I'm still irked. I'm irked that that digital copy is not in HD. And I'm irked at Universal for not putting an HD code in with that disc. And I'm irked at Walmart for not carrying the Blu-ray. And by the way, I looked into it. Target didn't get the Blu-ray either. Though later in the day, Rick down the movie told me he did see the Blu-ray at one Target. But my local Target did not get the Blu-ray. And Target.com shows the Blu-ray is out of stock. And Amazon shows the Blu-ray is out of stock. And Walmart.com shows the Blu-ray is out of stock. And BestBuy.com shows the Blu-ray is out of stock. And Best Buy told me they're not carrying the Blu-ray. Brings up a lot of questions. Why is no one carrying this Blu-ray? How come nobody wants this to carry this movie in Blu-ray? How come on day of release, every online retailer is already sold out of them? Did Universal Pictures not make enough of the Blu-ray? And if they didn't, why? Granted, we're not talking like Avengers Infinity War or Solo, a Star Wars story. It's not one of the big releases of the year. But it was a very popular movie. It did very well for a documentary. It's one of the most talked about films of the year, and there's Oscar buzz behind it. So why did Universal drop the ball so hard on its release? How come the stores seemingly didn't order any? A lot of questions behind this release. And it's very bizarre. And it's a little irritating. And in the grand scheme of things, none of this matters. It's just a release. It's just a release of a Blu-ray. It's not that important. But in a way, that's what makes it all the more annoying. We already have to worry about the important things, right? You got to worry about going to work, and you got to worry about paying your rent, your mortgage. You got to worry about your upkeep of your car. We got a lot of things that are important that we need to worry about. So it should be simple to go into a store and buy a Blu-ray. That should be one of the easy things in life. We shouldn't have to sweat those things. At least that's what I think. I think like when you've got the major things to worry about, the other things that aren't that important should probably come a little easier, so you don't have to stress about them, because you've got enough to stress about already. But now I got to stress about this too. You may say, well, why stress about it? Don't stress about it. But you know, you can't help the things you stress about. You can say, I'm not going to worry about this, but that's just yourself telling yourself you're not going to worry about it. You're really still worrying about it. You're just trying to kid yourself into thinking you're not. It's human nature, and everyone's got their thing. For me, it's movies. For you, it might be action figures. It might be Funko Pops. It could be comic books. Everyone's got their thing. So I'll try not to worry about it, because what can I do? But I'm still irked. And this has been a long rant, and this video went someplace I didn't expect it to, because I thought I'd literally just walk into Walmart, pick up the Blu-ray, pay for the Blu-ray, and walk out. I didn't expect that they wouldn't have it. That was a surprise. I didn't expect that everybody would not have it. It's been a strange turn of events for a movie that was very popular and very talked about by the masses. So that just makes it seem all the more odd to me. If we were talking about something really obscure, something no one's ever heard of, I would kind of get it. One of my favorite movies is a movie from 1998 called Free Enterprise. It stars William Shatner and the guy from Will and Grace. And I love that movie. It's definitely the very definition of a cult film. Most people have not heard of it. So if I go into a store and they don't have free enterprise, I am not going to be shocked. I expect them not to have that because it's a weird cult little thing that so few people have heard of. But Won't You Be My Neighbor on day of release, that's a different story. So I've ranted about this for enough. I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to say, keep wearing those pajamas.